What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Cardi B is on the best run of her career, I want to say. Let's get into why. So Cardi B, in my opinion, has been dominating the hip-hop women's scene. For the last year or so, she's been consistent in the headlines, more so for her music than some of the antics that she sometimes ends up in. Yes, she has had some recent news regarding Offset and if he was cheating on her or not, or even the submersible, which I completely agree with her in that regard, but this isn't about that. Outside of those few things, it's mainly been her music that's been keeping her relevant for the past year. There are three reasons why I feel like Cardi B is on the run of her career right now, and let's get into it. Number one is I think that she's proved herself already. Not 100% musically, but just her presence and everything that she's been able to accomplish outside of music. Now I know that everybody's gonna be bringing up the Invasion of Privacy album, and you have every right to bring that album up. Bartier Cardi, Bodak Yellow, and Drip were on the album and were amazing, and she was taking over not only New York, but America and worldwide. She was becoming a more household name. And to add to that, she had two huge hits with Bruno Mars with Finesse and Please Me. The combination of the album and the hits with Bruno Mars made her a household name and catapulted her career and made her more commercially available. However, I still think that musically she has a couple things to prove. Mind you, we haven't had a full-length project from Cardi B since the Invasion of Privacy album, and that came out in 2018. That was my senior year of college, just for me to reference myself and really sit in that and be like, it's been 5 years since we had a Cardi B album. But yes, when it comes to body of work, I do think she has something to prove, where a lot of women in hip-hop history have put out multiple albums. I know Lauryn Hill is known for having that one album that was amazing and everybody loved it, and that too catapulted her into a different space. That album was highly regarded not only with what it did for women in hip-hop, but also just sonically. It was an amazing album, and it's a great album that people still to this day play. That album is a classic in its own right and has classic songs on it that will be played till the end of time. So yes, when it comes to body of work, Cardi B does need more. Cardi B has so many nominations and accolades and things that she's accomplished that her Wikipedia page, when I was scrolling through, it was insane. For the amount of achievements that she's had for artists that, again, hasn't put out music as consistently as she should, that's wild. And some of these accolades include making history to be the first woman rapper to have every song on an album certified platinum, becomes first woman rapper to go diamond multiple times, has 3 diamond songs to her name, first woman rapper with 5 Billboard Hot 100 #1 songs. Invasion of Privacy debuts at #1 on Billboard 200 and is currently triple platinum right now. Fastest rapper to hit 100 million followers on Instagram, and she won the 2019 Best Rap Album Grammy Award. I forgot about that one myself, but that's crazy, and that goes to show you that she has even more accolades than this. These are just the ones that I felt were important to this video. Now, if you listen to those accolades, you may think, why did I add non-music related ones to that? You know, namely the 100 million followers. But that's because one of the ways that Cardi has proved herself is by having that huge following. Cardi B, along with, dare I say it, Nicki Minaj, have cult followings in their own right. Those followings don't like each other at all, and there will always be strong advocates for either side, no matter what. Cardi B's fans are definitely ride or die like Nicki Minaj's fans, and that may seem easy to get, but it's really not. If you look at Lil Baby and the dilemma that he's having, he had to cancel 7 tour dates on his tour that he's doing right now, and those are mainly arena shows which pack 18,000, 20,000, 22, 25,000 people in the audience, and that just shows you that popularity doesn't equal the cult-like following that artists like Drake, The Weeknd, Kendrick are able to have in a mass that allows you to do these arena tours that I believe Cardi B and Nicki Minaj can definitely do if they decided to. Shows that it's easy to get popular, but it's not easy to garner and keep a fan base. And it shows you just how much things can change in the music industry. 5 years ago, you told me that Lil Baby was struggling to sell shows, I would look at you like you're crazy. Now, the game has changed. and I think that there's very few rappers that are able to do this. And I think that Cardi can just announce a tour date and the masses will be there, especially because she hasn't put out that much music in the last couple years. Everybody's waiting for her to drop. The second reason why I think she's on the best run of her career is the feature run that she's been on has been insane. And honestly, it's been a breath of fresh air to hip hop and hip hop music, especially to me. If you didn't know, this is the first year that a hip hop song or album has not hit the #1 spot in the Billboard 100 or 200 since 1993. I'm gonna say that again, 1993. For context, I was born in 1996. That's 30 years ago that hip hop has been that dominant since 1993. And this is for multiple reasons. I think we're just seeing a shift in music. I think that the type of hip hop music that was popular 4 years ago just doesn't work as much anymore, but that's a whole different conversation for a different video that I'm probably gonna make soon as well. But hearing Cardi B on all these records has made me a fan again, and not only wanting to hear her music, but just hip hop music and what's next. Like anytime it's said featuring Cardi B, I'm like, oh no, that song is gonna be fire, and I want to listen to it because I know it's gonna be dope. I know that she's had the controversy of writers, ghostwriters, and all that stuff, but honestly, I'm like, I don't really care at this point. Just with hip hop in general, just music in general, if it's dope, it's dope. She never claimed to be the most prolific lyricist that ever lived. Like none of that ever, this wasn't even the lane that she was in originally. Like she never claimed to be that, so I'm not gonna hold her to that regard, but it sounds good and it sounds authentic. I wanna say that it started with the Shake It remix with Dougie B, K Flock, and Bori 300, I hope I'm saying that right. And it gave the song, one, just industry credibility, Cardi B on the song. Her verse comes in and fills it with so much enthusiasm, and she fit right into the drill scene. And honestly, I was happy with that she was able to blend her style with the New York new drill scene. When she's rapping, she's not putting on a facade, and she's not changing her sound entirely for the industry or to please the industry. She sounds like what the song is trying to do and accomplish. And this doesn't just have to do with rap. She was herself on social media as well. And again, this is what garnered her the attention in the first place, that she was making skits, she was being funny, and a lot of people and other rappers in the industry years ago, over a decade ago or almost a decade ago, knew her because of that. So when she started rapping, it was definitely a surprise, and a pleasant surprise as well, because she has always sounded like herself on wax. Next up, we have the most popular feature in my opinion, and that's Tomorrow 2. I love that song. That song is fire. That song is great. And that song is my jam. I've definitely played it 100 times to where my girlfriend is like, can you please stop playing it? It's fire. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. Riding with my twin and and we all look good fuck. She said she my eye, but I don't know her. I had to look her up. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Anyways, the duo of Cardi B and Glorilla, whoever put that together is a genius. One, just obviously, again, it's a music industry, so for marketing purposes, for getting the song out there and getting a feature like Cardi B, genius. But Cardi B and Glorilla have the same uniqueness, that they sound so authentic on a record that it doesn't feel forced. One thing that I've been saying for the last couple years is that certain artists, namely Chris Brown and Drake, to me, sound great on records because they know how to make a good record, not because the record is good itself, if that makes sense. If that doesn't, again, I could go in depth in another video. But to me, that's why this song really stood out and really made an impact and helped Glorilla so much, is because of that authenticity, that even the fellas is dancing to the song, everybody's dancing to the song, everybody's singing along to the song, is because of that authenticity. And they work together ingeniously on this record, and I love it. The two most recent songs are Put It On The Floor Again with Lotto and Point Me To with Fendi the Rapper. I don't know who Fendi the Rapper is. She's from Chicago. I had to look that up, but I didn't even know who she was before this, really. This song is definitely interesting, and it took me a second to get it, but once I got it, I was like, this is dope. Cardi B has been working with multiple artists in the younger generation and showing them love. And that's what veterans, or at least in this case, established rappers, are supposed to do. Not only to maintain relevance, but also to push the culture forward. Put It On the Floor, again, has actually been able to garner a lot of social media hype and social media attention, and especially on TikTok, where people are actually ripping themselves out of plastic, and it's been hilarious in a lot of instances. But that's what a record or a hit record is supposed to do. It's supposed to organically reach the people, and the people are supposed to take it and kind of use it how they want to take it. And it also helped Lotto, because Lotto has had some controversy, of course, with her name at first, and people just not being the nicest to her, saying that she's biting styles and stealing and things like that. And so Lotto has had some difficulty with fans and getting fans to love her and respect her and all that stuff. So definitely a feature like this from Cardi B helps her out. Like I said, I'm not sure who Fendi the rapper is, but like, it's great to see Cardi B helping out the younger generation and helping somebody that I don't know, and now she's on my radar, so I could listen to her music, get more familiar with her. And as somebody who wrote music articles for years, I loved finding new artists, and that was the highlight of Thursday night, was waiting until midnight for Friday to find new albums, find new music, and just be inspired. And this leads me to the third reason, which is the album release. Cardi B, I hope, is leading up to another project. She's established in the game as well, like I said, for the past over 5 years. Her family is well taken care of, and her children are getting older, which does alleviate, just a lot of responsibility which comes with making an album. And she said it herself on IG Live also.
Well, you gotta come listen. Oh shit, it's all about this album. This album is coming, okay? But I talk to y'all later.
She did at the end try to divert from the conversation of that the album is coming, but I think it's coming, and I'm really looking forward to it. Because Cardi B has been in the game for a minute right now, she's definitely made great connections, I hope. But that means that she's able to have great production on the album. And I truly believe that the production on this album will surpass the production of Invasion of Privacy. My hope is that it's 15 tracks, 11 is perfect. I know that a lot of rappers and artists have been doing the bonus albums, so if you give me 11 tracks plus 4, amazing. Like, that's all I can ask for as a fan. So I'm also definitely looking forward to having great features on the album, and meaningful features, not just features for the sake of features, for the sake of doing stuff, for the sake of getting money. That doesn't work. It's lazy, and it's not conducive, and it don't help nobody. Obviously it helps your pocket, so do you, but musically it doesn't work. And so I just wrote down some of the features that I would love for her to get. SZA in an R&B type ballad, or R&B and hip hop type ballad, that they could go back and forth. And even SZA was rapping on her last album, so that'd be dope if they would, trade bars on this album. Tiana Taylor for the same reasons, and for the New York connection as well. Actually, putting those three together on a song, I may have come up with a dope idea. Meg as well, obviously they have WAP. That was a hit, so definitely get Megan Thee Stallion to be featured on this album. This one is a little bit personal, and this one is because there's beef already with Nicki Minaj, but get Kendrick on the album. This is just purely from a rap fan's perspective, and how dope and how funny it would be just to have Cardi B and Kendrick versus Drake and Nicki Minaj. That would be hilarious. This one too is also controversial, because Cardi B is from the Bronx, Ice Spice is from the Bronx. It 100% makes sense. And I know Nicki Minaj is from New York as well. She's from Queens, if you didn't know. But that would be a great collab, not only for Ice Spice, but for Cardi B also. Like, that collab just makes sense. Obviously, Ice Spice did collab with Nicki Minaj, so more beef there. But that would be a great collab to have. Lastly, a posse cut. She's been getting all these features, getting all these rappers and working with them. Why not have a posse cut and just have a dope beat and everybody have a chance to rap and shine and show what you're made of? Like, we have posse cuts, but they just haven't been as impactful, and I think that would have a huge impact on the industry. Then also venturing off into other genres like dance hall, house music, even Afro beats. I know that she did meet with Rima, so like, That'll be a dope feature just to see, if she could do it. Don't Limit Yourself. Drake does it all the time where he's doing Afrobeat songs, R&B songs, dancehall songs, London songs. Like, he's the United Nations of rap at this point. But I think that Cardi should also try to venture out and even just do it for fun as well. Lastly, the mark of a fire album, fire rollout, fire production, fire everything. And if she outsold Nicki Minaj, that would be huge credibility for Cardi B's career. She's already credible. Like I said, she's already made it. She's already established, but that would be a huge help to Cardi B's career. So yeah, that's the video in a nutshell. I just wanted to really sit back and appreciate an artist that's doing their best right now, especially after not putting out music for so long. When Kendrick didn't put out an album for 5 years or however long it was, since 2017. Yeah, it was 5 years. That's Kendrick Lamar. He already proved himself with Section 80, Overly Dedicated, all the mixtapes that he put out, the Black Hippie songs that they did together as well, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, he already established himself before the huge gap in time from Damn to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So yeah, I definitely think this year or next year when Cardi puts out her album, it's gonna be fire, so I can't wait to see it. If you like this video and you like this type of content, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that. I'll get back to you in the comments down below as well. I'll be there. We could chat, discourse, talk about hip hop, talk about anything music related as well. But yeah, it's been your boy Drew. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.